Hey guys, today is Friday the 10th of February and this video is going to be a little bit different. Basically, I said to you that on a Friday my videos would take a bit of a turn, and not a turn for the worse, a turn for the absolutely epic. Basically, my friend Stu, this guy, we've known each other for nearly 10 years, about 8 or 9, and he is massively into music. It is a passion in his life. So obviously with filmmaking being my passion and music being his, and how we are as people, I'd really want to combine them together. So, like I said, I've been mentioning it in the last couple of videos that Stu would have some involvement in my videos on a Friday. So today will be the first edition of Stu's music vlog in this. Basically, because Stu's so into music and he always has an opinion on an album stuff, and he's very involved in music. He does have quite a specific genre to talk about, but it's a specific genre that has an audience, so there's no reason for me not to put it in. So the majority of this video will not contain me, unfortunately, but I am very happy to announce, ladies and gentlemen, Stu.
Hey guys, Stu here, just doing a additional bit on George's YTO challenge vlogs, which he does every day, and I'm going to be talking to you every Friday. He's going to upload it every Friday. Obviously this isn't Friday because I'm recording it in advance. I'm going to be talking to you every Friday about music, so like I'm going to be doing a few album reviews, some upcoming shows that I might be going to, and then I'll throw a few reviews at you of those shows to see whether these bands are worth going to. A few new artists that I've discovered myself. I mean, they may be really old to you, they might be old news, and you'll be like, oh god, like, what are you, you're so behind, but I've discovered them now, so I will tell you about them now. I'm going to be listing some of my favourite artists, like a little top 10 scale, and then recommending some albums. Also, the reason I keep looking down is because I have some lovely notes here that I prepared earlier in the true Blue Peter fashion. So let's get started. The first album I reviewed is the album Bones by Young Guns. It was released yesterday, Monday the 6th of February. I'm a massive fan of Young Guns. I myself had the privilege of working with the lead singer Gus at one point, House Fraser. Great guy, really good band as well. Their new album I had very high expectations for, because I really like that kind of, not pop metal, but that kind of groove metal, and he's got a really good voice, and their guitar sound is awesome. It's so full and bassy. However, as much as I tried to like it, their new album it was a mixed bunch for me. The title track, Bones, if some of you have seen the video, is amazing. It's a great song, proper, got a really good groove to it, got some really good gang vocals on there. Gus's voice sounds so good on it. But the album pretty much stops there for me. There's one or two good songs in there. There's Bones, Learn Your Lesson, and You Are Not. But apart from that, for me, personally, it wasn't as good as their other stuff. I like their old school stuff, like There Will Be Rain, Daughter of the Sea, Into the Night, Weight of the World, that kind of stuff. But it just didn't really deliver for me. I like the grooves they get out on their old stuff, and the new stuff was kind of more. If you're a fan of pop punk and that kind of all-time low kind of stuff, you'll probably love this. But for me, wasn't really my kind of favourite stuff. I would recommend, if you're more into the heavier stuff, looking up their EP of Mirrors or All Our Kings Are Dead. They're both two really amazing. They're quite short albums because they're demos, but they're both really, really good. So I personally would say, I personally wouldn't buy it. I mean, I would download 1 or 2 tracks from it, but I wouldn't buy it. So I'd give it maybe a 3 out of 5. So maybe 4, because the actual songs that I really like, I absolutely love. They are so good. But the ones, it's more of annoyance because they set the bar so high with their other stuff. It's just not really my personal stuff. But if you like that kind of all-time low stuff, I really recommend it. And next week, I'll be doing the Lamb of God's new album, which I've been listening to, and it is pretty epic. It's pretty badass. So look forward to that. In upcoming shows, term-wise, this Friday actually. So by the time this is up on YouTube, I will be there. I'm going to see Dream Theater, supported by Periphery, which are 2 of my favourite personal bands, at the Wembley Arena with my friend Louis. going to be kick-ass, and I'll probably tell you about that in my next vlog. Then the weekend after that, I'm going to see Skrillex with my girlfriend Liz at the Brixton Academy, which again, I'm very much looking forward to. I've recently come into the whole dubstep scene. Some of it I don't, well, most of it I don't like, but Skrillex is one of the outstanding artists who I really do like. And then the weekend after that, I mean, it's like a 3-week slog for me. I'm going to see Rammstein, the day before my birthday, which is awesome, at the Birmingham NEC, and I've seen them like 4 times before, and they are literally one of the greatest bands live. So seriously, I'll tell you more about that at the time, but recommend you see that. New artists wise, 2 artists this week. One of them, you guys will probably be like, oh my god, that was like last year, but I've recently come into the kind of more dance scene. I used to be a big like drum and bass kind of fan, but recently I kind of fallen out of it. But like my girlfriend Liz, she really likes the dance music, so she brought me back into it. Nero is someone I've really come into. I mean, they're kind of a combination, because I know it's two guys, I think. They're a combination of kind of a little bit of dubstep, but more kind of dancey drum and bass stuff, which I really, really like. And their album Welcome to Reality is awesome. There's like very few tracks on the album I don't like, and the tracks I would recommend personally are Doomsday, Guilt and Crush on You. Crush on You everyone's probably heard if you've ever been to a place that plays dance music. It's got an incredibly squealy singing woman on it, which is quite amusing, and I laughed the first time I heard it, but it's really, really good. And the other new artist, completely opposite ends of the spectrum, is Attila. They're a band that I discovered ironically through their clothing line. I was on this website called Merch Now, which is an amazingly good website. I mean, George might put a link there, because George is going to do most of the editing on this, because I'm useless. But yeah, link there for Merch Now. But I discovered it. They've got some really cool stuff. Yeah, they've got like tigers and like skulls and like some really, really cool like alternative artwork on their stuff. And they've got like baseball t-shirts and vests. And I bought a few, and it's like really, really cool. But their music, my god, it's amazing. All I can liken it to is technical metal meets Devil Driver. It's crazy, because the lead singer can scream, he can scat scream, he can rap, he can sing. It's amazing, and their guitarists are really, really good too. So really recommend you check them out. They've got 2 albums. They've got Outlawed and Rage. Rage was I think that was their first studio album, and Outlawed's their second. Outlawed's a little bit more racier. It's got some kind of almost Steel Panther-esque lyrics, and they're very sexual. Rage is very brutal. It's awesome. The songs I recommend off those 2 albums, off Rage is the self-titled track Rage. Off the album Outlawed, it's Another Round, which is one of my personal favourite. If you want to get into the mood to go on a night out, it's pretty awesome, because obviously it's all about drinking. And the self-titled track of the Outlawed as well. Both have got some really cool kind of chug patterns and some nice technical guitar riffs, which I, as a guitarist, really appreciate. And they've got really good sounds that are really tight, and I personally would love to see them live. Upcoming and recording albums, the 2 bands which I'm most looking forward to coming into the studio at the moment are Periphery and Gojira. Gojira are recording their new album at the moment in York, and I don't know, it's going to be out later this year. I don't really know the exact date or even the season, because I'm unorganised, I'm terrible. But it is coming out later this year, and it's going to be awesome, because again, amazing guitarists. And Periphery, who are a band over the last like 6 months I've really got into. They are amazing. Love Misha Mansour, aka Bulb, for YouTubers. Amazing guitarist. He's crazy, and the drummer and the lead singer it's an awesome band. Recommend you check them out. Their songs that I would recommend are Butter Snips and Icarus Lives. Really cool. Gent, which is a genre I really love, and I think they've nearly finished, or even have finished, their studio album at the moment, and it's going to be amazing. And even better, they talk about Skyrim in like nearly all of their vlogs, which touches me in a way that nothing else can. Last but not least is the bottom. We're going to start from the bottom and work up, of my top 10 favourite albums. I was going to alternate between favourite album, favourite artist every week. So this week, number 10 of my top 10 favourite albums. Next week, number 10 of my top 10 favourite artists, and so on until we reach the coveted, I'm sure, number 1 spot. I'm sure it's coveted by someone. But my number 10 on my top 10 favourite albums is The Sound of Madness by Shinedown. Incredible album. Like, I'm really fussy when it comes to albums, as some of you may have been like grabbing your computer screens, just screaming at me when I reviewed the Young Guns album earlier, being like, "Oh, you're so picky." But I mean, I'm very picky at albums, and just not a single track on this album I do not love with a passion. You've got like the heavy metal like side of it with stuff like Devour and Cyanide Sweet Tooth. It's awesome. And then you've got songs which actually, like, without sounding really lame, like actually quite moving, like Call Me, awesome stuff. Brent Smith, lead singer of Shinedown, great lead singer, amazing voice. He is also, his lyrics are really deep as well, because I know he had quite a lot of drug problems and he got clean and his girlfriend got pregnant and he was so happy, and it's quite moving really. But yeah, really recommend you check it out. I mean, there are other stuff, so the earlier stuff I really like, but it's kind of like comparing a 10 out of 10 to an 8 out of 10. You love the earlier stuff, is really good, but it's just for some reason there's that just creative air about their Sound of Madness album, which is just beyond anything. It's so good. Really recommend you check it out. Songs I recommend are Call Me, Devour, Sound of Madness, the title track, Crow and the Butterfly. I'd recommend all of it really, but they're some of the main ones. Really solid stuff. And I know, because they released a single more recently called Diamond Eyes, which was on the Expendables soundtrack, the film, which is awesome as well. But I know they're recording or planning to record a new album soon, and I cannot wait. I'm so excited. And they're like one of my favourite bands, which I haven't seen yet. Them and Disturbed are like my two favourite bands, which I haven't seen yet. All my other favourite bands I've seen, but those I haven't seen yet, which is rather upsetting, but I'm sure I'll be able to see them soon. But anyways, thank you very much for watching my lovely 5-6 minutes of fame on George's vlog. Thank you for George for having me. I hope this doesn't make too many people troll on your YouTube, being like, this guy knows nothing about music and albums, and just because I have a different opinion than you, I'm very sorry. I can't please everyone. But yeah, thank you very much, and I will see you in a week's time.
Well then, that was Stu's input for the week. I was very impressed with it. I'm going to download a couple of those albums and let you know what I think. I want to say big thanks to Stu for doing that. That was really cool. You gave me a video way longer than I expected with way more detail, and I'm so happy you did that. But yeah, if you want to let me know in the comments what you thought of Stu's piece, and whether or not you want it to be a regular thing, or you want a different aspect on it or anything. I thought it was pretty spot on, but that's just me, and I just bum the guy, so yeah, that's about it from me this week. Thank you very much for watching. Please comment, rate, subscribe. Stu's channel is BoomManor11. Go subscribe to him, because he uploads stuff pretty regularly of him playing guitar, because the guy's got mad skillage. And yeah, so I will see you tomorrow.